Squad, make sure you subscribe to the Legendary Miss T YouTube channel and Facebook fan page. Click the notification bell and follow us. Stay up to date with the latest gumbo topics and the wind down music performance. For more information, please go to LegendaryMsTee.com. Okay. What up, True T Squad? It's your girl, Legendary Miss T, and I'm here to let everyone know that each and every Wednesday night, we are live on the Live Line TV and radio. So tap in with us to see the latest True T from my legendary NOLA friends. We're bringing you the Gumbo True T featuring trending topics, the Wind Down Music Showcase with live virtual performance from the hottest artists and the hottest artists in the music industry, celebrity news, and relationship advice, and more. So tune in to True T with me, your girl, Legendary Miss T, only on the Live Line TV and radio. We always live, and we broadcast the Big Easy way, okay? What up, True T Squad? Make sure you subscribe to the Legendary Miss T YouTube channel and Facebook fan page. Click the notification bell and follow us. Stay up to date with the latest gumbo topics and the wind down music performance. For more information, please go to LegendaryMsTee.com. Okay. What up, True T Squad? It's your girl, Legendary Miss T, and I'm here to let everyone know that each and every Wednesday night, we are live on the Live Line TV and radio. So tap in with us to see the latest True T from my legendary NOLA friends. We're bringing you the Gumbo True T featuring trending topics, the Wind Down Music Showcase.
I can get over you.
Get over you.
She never really wanted me.
All the things we did together was plain washed up memory.
The love we shared was just a lie. So caught up in his dreams, I didn't hit it to you. That girl got talent.
Okay.
Such a chocolate.
Sexy chocolate.
Drop the mic. Drop
Okay,
Take it to the chorus. Come on, y'all.
Welcome to True
I
T, you
got my
guys.
feelings involved.
We are live.
Yeah, we live. Every day,
We live.
you
Now you know you're supposed to do the intro, huh?
Yeah, go. I got my
chance to.
feelings involved.
Ladies and gentlemen, y'all live to True T with Legendary Miss T and friends. We in the building. Let's go, y'all.
In the building, baby. Welcome. I got my girl, the queen of media, baby. My girl, Uptown Angela, in the building.
Y'all need a class studio.
Today, class studio audience. Today is Uptown Angela Day, baby. We are talking about my girl accomplishments. We are also talking about women's.
International
You know, I forgot.
International Women's Month.
Okay, so let me talk about my co-hosts. We have Jazz the Motivator. Jazz.
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
We got Winfred that always forget the words to every song we play here.
I feel targeted. I feel like I'm being bullied.
No, man. Come on.
And we got DJ Slick Daddy.
Go slick.
Go slick. Go slick. Go slick.
Let's go. Come on.
You know what? We've been drinking early.
Oh.
Well, we've just been drinking a little bit. It ain't.
I came in with a little sip in me, though.
You're a little tipsy.
We getting there. We
I'm
gonna
gonna
get
get
there.
all the words in about 5 minutes.
All right, so let's start off with the mental health moment. Come on, Jazz.
Okay, so today's mental health moment, I'm sure all of you have seen it by now in the media, the situation with Kirk Franklin. Listen, I am not here to say that Mr. Franklin is right or wrong. I am here to give you a mental health moment, encouraging you to have a great relationship with your kids. Encouraging you to push past those boundaries and make sure that you are hearing them and they are hearing you.
Yes.
It's very important that we have communication within our own family as children, so as they get older, they're older adults and able to communicate accurately. So today's mental health moment is to make sure you have adequate communication with your kids. What do y'all think about that?
Say that one more time.
I said today's mental health moment is to make sure that you teach adequate communication to your kids.
Right.
And as their kids and they grow older, then they learn how to communicate accurately as adults.
Right, because he put his daddy on blast. I think
really
he was wrong.
did. He really did.
My opinion, I think. What you think, Angela?
No respect.
No respect.
And he was laughing at him.
Yeah, that was crazy. He probably thought that shit was cute, but it wasn't cute.
I think, my thing about it is, I think in hindsight, he thought it would probably go another way.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I think popular demand and popularity with the comments were, you should not have ever did that to your father.
Right.
Because respect is above anything. So I don't think he should have definitely put his dad on blast. However, the therapist in me just wants to dig deep and want to see, okay, what's that trauma about in both of them?
And it looked like he has some kind of issues going on with his dad. Like he feel like his dad owed him something.
The entitlement.
I know.
This man. Exactly.
Yeah.
And he a grown man. I ain't like the way
And
he did
know,
that.
oftentimes with kids these days, when we give them so much, which we tend to do, we want them to not have the life that we had.
Right.
So we have given them everything, and then we get smacked in the face because it's like,
Oh, that happened
I
to
want
me all
more.
the time.
I
I
need
already
more.
told you about that.
Where's
He's
more?
all like his daddy, but he's not doing the work that his daddy.
Right.
Yeah.
Did you see his sister get on there and say that? She was like, "Come on, she said you like a crackhead." You
Yeah.
the little young girl. She said that.
And then at 33 years of age,
Exactly.
so
your
can you
parents don't owe you shit.
Listen,
No.
I hate to say
often
that.
say that, people didn't cut you and you're bleeding all over them. So can you imagine all of his friends and loved ones who he's surrounded? He's just bleeding all over everybody. Because if he'll do that to his daddy, everybody else stand a poor chance in hell.
Yeah.
And the true part about it, why
wanna say
I didn't
something.
like it, because I felt like if you disrespect your mom or your dad on a national platform, that gives somebody like it's free for them to do it.
Right.
Like I could talk bad to his daddy. Look how he handling his daddy. You know what I'm saying? People do stuff of the examples that they see. I really didn't like that. I ain't like that. I didn't even listen to some of the stuff that he was saying. Like I ain't like that. Huh? What? Winfred, I know you want to say something. What you want to say?
May I say something, Miss Williams?
Yes.
Tell him when.
Y'all know they joking on me, talking about I look like a school
Miss
teacher.
Williams, if you don't mind, at 33 years old,
Okay.
your father doesn't owe you anything.
Okay.
At 33 years old, with all of the opportunities that Kirk Franklin provided for his son financially, should have been,
Yeah.
he should be in a better place in life. And I do agree with Jasmine. I'm going to get unprofessional in 1 second.
Let's go.
I do agree with Jasmine. You have to go
coming.
into the foundation of the relationship and find out where the trauma was created.
Yeah.
And then you have to build on top of that.
It's
Now,
definitely some trauma going on.
It's some trauma going on. But then I want to move to my true opinion in my natural speaking voice.
Okay.
I don't fuck with y'all on them telephones. Y'all tape everything and you put it on social media. That's why I don't run it on the telephone.
Right,
if
right.
Kirk's son could do that to his rich pappy, anybody could do
His
that.
rich pappy.
It's not about money. It's about the principle.
I know.
What is your mindset to tape anybody? If I call you T, if I call Jasmine, if I call Angela, I would like to think that my conversation that I'm having with
Is
you,
with you.
regardless
Right.
whatever it is,
Right.
is confidential.
Judge, you think he mentally ill?
I definitely think.
He gotta
He
be,
may
bruh.
not be mentally ill, but he definitely is
But
filled with trauma.
suppose he's not mentally ill.
He may not be, but he
My-
definitely
my
is filled with
issue-
Drugs
trauma.
make you mentally ill,
I
from
had
what I
two
hear.
issues with it, and I know we go morph to women's things. My first issue was the taping of the conversation, because I know I'm in my 40s. I know the younger generation knows how to throw that phone into video and tape it. My niece Jaya, she taught me how to do it real fast. I would never do that. And then the second issue I had was the church people.
Wait, what they was saying?
You're a man of God. You don't use that kind of language, and
Okay.
you don't
Like
do
that.
I'm gonna show you.
I know the Christian.
That was the one thing
You
that I
don't-
wasn't surprised about. Like, people are gonna be people.
Tarek,
You
is
can't.
Angela
I don't
mic
know
on?
what you do when you off that platform. But my biggest thing about it was And my concern as a therapist is the untouched trauma that he has to be feeling. And whether or not anybody has ever, because a lot of people, I saw their comments were saying he's 33. He's grown. He's grown. But I think in society, we look at a certain age and we assume they're grown. I have a 22-year-old daughter who still contacts me from school and say, Mama, I'm going here and I'm going there. She still values my opinion and what I need to tell her. I don't view her
But you know
as
what?
grown.
Relationships with moms and sons are different. Yeah. Moms will nurture their sons at 50.
But what if he didn't have that nurturing though? So society, my point I'm making is society is saying that he's 33, he's grown. What if he's not grown? What if he never received what he needed to receive when he was developing? So now you have a 33-year-old man who can't control his emotions.
So Jazz, from my understanding, y'all, the place that he came from was a place of jealousy. Right. He's jealous of the other family that his dad now has. He's jealous of his other siblings.
Oh, okay.
It came from a place of jealousy. So what happened was there was a whole big debacle with him and his daddy, and he decided just to record the part where his daddy cussed him out. No one knows about the part that led up to his daddy cussing him out. But it was all about him disrespecting his younger siblings and being jealous of his, of his other siblings or his dad's other family.
Second family.
His second family.
Yeah.
That's where that came from. And he felt like they were getting more
Let me
than
hear
him.
Yeah, let me hear from Angela. They say you have to talk longer for your volume.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead.
So what you feel?
We can switch, Angela, if you want to.
Knowing what we've heard now, about the backstory, about why he's jealous, that makes total sense. And I'm going to keep it a straight thousand with everybody here tonight and everybody that's watching.
Yeah.
Today is March 17th. Today would have been my wedding anniversary with my first husband.
Ooh.
He has a second family.
Right.
And my kids, they're grown now, 22 and 28, but they felt some type of way as well. Not about money, and they would never put him on blast the way that Kirk Franklin's son did.
Okay.
But they feel some type of way about wanting to be a part of that family too. So there's dynamics with that.
Yes.
You know, all the way around. And like I said, as a mother, you feel for your kids no matter how old they get.
Right.
And they never get too old to be your children and for you to be a part of their lives. Now, this guy, Kirk Franklin's son, he might have been out here wilding. There might be a reason why he's not welcome into that house.
That's right.
So that's the part we don't know.
But Angela, I want to piggyback off of what you said. The children that he has with his wife now is in a different phase of his life. Right. That 33-year-old was born when he was a teenager, early 20s.
Absolutely.
So he was growing up with that kid.
Yes.
And I never want to discredit a mother. My mom is dead. If my mom was still alive, I'm 43. If I said, Mom wants some stuffed bell peppers, she'll fix them. Moms are nurturing.
Yeah.
And we love that about our moms. Dads look at life a little bit different.
They do.
Like, dads will come home and say, well, what you going to do with your life?
Right.
So I think that relationship was built on him wanting better for his son.
Yeah.
And what Kirk has to understand, and that's the disadvantage sometimes of being a teen father.
Right.
You are growing with your kids.
That's right.
And you're learning life when they're learning life.
So how did you tackle that when it came to your kids, getting, I wouldn't say getting mad, but they couldn't handle, they wanted to be a part of their father family.
So I'm going to tell you, I put on my managerial hat.
Okay.
Like I do with work. Made a phone call and just put all the cards on the table. And he actually saw it from my perspective. And he said, I'm going to do better.
Oh, that was dope. That was dope.
Absolutely. But I also talked to my adult children and said, you have to do your part too.
That's right.
You have to communicate too. If he's texting, reaching out, inviting you over, accept the invitation.
That's right.
Don't ignore it and come back to it when you feel like it because you're busy doing something else. It goes both ways.
Right.
So
that's
how we got common ground.
Right. I really tell my daughter that when it comes to, all the issues she be having with her daddy, I'm like, well, if he call you, just pick up and talk to him.
Right.
I said, you grown enough to tell him no if he asks you for money or whatever. I'm like, why you gotta get hostile when you don't know when this man gonna croak. You know what I'm saying?
Especially in the
And you don't want to live
So
in
you
regret.
you don't want to live in regret. I said,
And that's something that Kirk Franklin is living in now because he had a generational issue with his own father.
Wow.
So this is a
It's a cycle.
generational thing that's going on.
Wow.
It's a cycle. So at some point it has to be broken. So I'm not saying that the son wasn't wrong. I definitely feel like the son was wrong. wrong for disrespecting him. But I'm saying I pray that he gets some help so that he cannot continue this cycle on and on.
Right. Yeah.
Because other than that, then you're going to expect the same thing from your children.
Right, but as an adult, you have to come to terms to be like, you know what? I gotta love them where they're at.
That's right.
Because that's what I had to do with my mom and my dad. Because I didn't want to be 40 years old still talking about what my mama did me. Like,
right,
I'm
you can't be the
grown.
victim.
Playing the victim, and at the same time, I don't want my daughter looking at me treating my mama bad. I talked to you about that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because they look at the example on how you treat your parents,
and then they're
gonna follow suit.
That's
you know what I'm saying? So it's just some healing that gotta go on in that situation.
As we blend into talking about more of women's issues, I feel that this is a women's issue. Jasmine and Ms. T and Angela, can you teach the men, if you don't know from experience or just from conversations that you've had with other women, explain daddy issues to us. How do you, what is it that you see in your mate that you're missing in your father, and how does that sometimes become toxic?
Angela have a great relationship with her
No. It doesn't have
But
to
wait,
come from.
no, hold up. It didn't always go that way.
really?
Let me tell y'all some funny shit. All right, it's crazy. I'm 19 years old. I'm about to give my age away. There used to be a gym called the French Riviera. Y'all remember the French Riviera?
And they used to sue you for their dues.
Yes. Yes. Matter of fact, you had them lifetime memberships. They would
You
sue you
joined the
for.
mafia.
Yes. So I used to go in the gym. I'm working out, and man, I had on my little leotard. I had 36 double D's back then. Didn't buy them. They went away after I had kids.
Right.
But I'm on the elliptical. I'm on the stair stepper, moving around, blah blah blah. Got my little ponytail, blah blah blah. And I see these three guys across the room looking, and like I can only imagine what they were saying. Right? Probably saying something trashy or whatever. So I'm working out, blah blah blah, and I look again, and I'm like, So I finish on the treadmill, on the elliptical. I walk over there. I said, hello, Dad. It was my daddy, one of the men. He hadn't seen me since I was a little girl.
Wow.
Yes. And you should have seen his jaw just dropped. I can only imagine what he was saying because he was always a little, they used to call him Cat. That was his nickname. Now he got cat eyes, but it was also, he got about 9 kids.
Yeah.
He had 3 with my mom, But I'm going to tell you what he did. So we would talk from time to time over the years. When I got married the first time, I was 26 years old, and I called him out the blue, and I was like, hey, I said 2 things. I want you to walk me down the aisle. I said, and would you be open to getting my dress for me? And you know what he said? Do they take American Express?
Ooh,
He
that
bought
was
my
good.
dress. And from that point on, we really started building a relationship because my mom, had her side of the story. And I'm not saying it was all right. I'm not saying she was, she was blaming it on him, but I know she probably had, some parts in it as well.
Yeah.
And we just didn't grow up with him, But to your question, to answer that, when I grew up knowing that I was not going to play victim to not having that man in my life, that father figure in my life.
And so you made that decision.
Absolutely. Early on. I made that decision very early on. I'm like, I'm going to be independent. I've been on my own since I was 17 years old. Started with nothing, lived from place to place, friends, whatever, until I was able to build to what I have today.
Right.
And I forgave him, though. And we have a better relationship than me and my mom.
Well, let me compliment you.
That is big.
Let me compliment you because this is the first time I'm ever meeting you in person. But you have to realize everybody in New Orleans know you.
Right.
You have been in our lives for more than half of our lives.
Oh yes.
That's
real.
amazing.
Now you telling
That's
our
not
age.
telling on you now.
No,
That's
it's
not
not.
telling on you. That's telling on us.
In the middle of a
Telling on
pandemic,
us.
we need to be happy that we alive. So I don't care if I was
Absolutely.
50.
And we
Exactly.
And that's the
years old.
beautiful thing about it is, we remember Uptown Angela back in the underground days and all of this kind of stuff.
But you was in
93.
your 20s then. Like
yeah,
when you
I started when
yeah.
I was 20 years old. Yep.
So we've been knowing you. You were like Wendy Williams said, you're the friend in our head.
But that's how y'all growed up
For
with me.
more-
I was
yeah.
16, 17.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So y'all are
Same
y'all
thing.
are in a beautiful spot. That we feel like we know you personally.
Yeah.
But for you to make that decision at an early age, that's fantastic. What's your
Right.
sign, Angela?
Aries.
Ooh, the God of War.
Those are some great people.
He love reading people.
Aries,
There
the
you
God
go.
of War.
What, tell me a little about Aries. Tell me a little some things that you think Angela
And
is.
Angela, you
Tell me.
say if he's
Angela.
right.
Oh, I will.
Okay,
Tell
let's
me
do
right
it.
away.
Hold on,
Let's
here
go,
we
let's
go.
go, let's
I'm
go.
on it too.
I'm gonna tell y'all about a private text message T and I had. Look, because she trying to buy me some shit that she gonna have me in the French Quarter reading tarot cards and shit. Aries
too much.
are the nicest people in the world if you drill through that 30-foot wall that they built around themselves. Aries are quiet. They sit in the cut and they observe everything. They memorize everything. And then they take that information to go to war if they ever need it.
Okay,
Really?
stop right there. Is he right
Really?
about that?
He's absolutely right about my circle is so small.
You call it a dot.
No new friends.
Okay.
And if I allow somebody into my circle, that's loyalty.
Right.
It takes time, and I'm gonna be loyal to them till the day I die.
Okay.
That is true.
Okay, what else you have?
What else you have?
That's it. I mean, they're quiet, reserved people. If they love you, they will die for you.
Yes.
And it's a
No, but if you cross them,
Oh yeah.
if you cross them,
and guess
let me
what?
tell you
One
about.
time, one and
hold
done.
on, T. And we gonna go into talking about Angela and women, but I do want to say this about fire signs. I'm a Leo. Jasmine is a
Oh, that's
Sagittarius.
my moon sign, Leo.
And my moon sign is Gemini, and Angela
Okay.
is an Aries. So we are fire signs.
Leo.
Yes.
And DJ
Gabby
and
want my
DJ
Leo.
Leo. One thing about fire signs, if you ever cross us,
You're
let's
done.
go.
you transition from life at the point that you crossed us.
Yep.
You could be in the car
Really?
on
I'm
fire on
working
the
on
side
that.
of the road,
I'm
and we
working
are
on
going to keep going. You do not exist to us anymore. You are dead. R.I.P.
funny.
Mount Olivet in
You
the
ain't
wall.
never lying. You ain't never lying.
And
You
don't
are
talk
dead.
about the exes trying to be friends.
Oh.
Oh, no.
What? That's a big one right there.
And let me tell you
Done.
something.
No
Wait,
need
and
for
something
it.
else that's scary about fire signs too. We could disassociate ourselves from our families.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Most
Yeah.
definitely. Easy.
Yeah.
We'll love you.
We
You another
disassociate
person.
from
We
all.
can
Like
see
that.
You're another
you.
person.
We're
That's all
love
you
from a
are. You ain't nothing but
distance.
another
Right.
person,
It's
man.
not just about
You're not
family.
an Aries. I'm
You're
with
another
you.
I'm a
person.
Sagittarius.
She
I'm a
fire
fire
sign.
sign.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm a
But
earth
we
sign.
definitely disassociate from anything that does not
Yes.
serve us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. Like it's
It's
fine.
not just about
Right.
family. If this no longer serves me, I'ma move on.
Okay.
Right. And it doesn't
Yeah.
mean that I don't like you. It doesn't
Right.
mean that I have, but it just no longer serves me, and I can exit.
I told y'all I love you from a
Right. You're
distance.
gonna keep
That's
it cordial, keep it cute.
Yes, keep it cute, keep it cordial, but keep it moving.
Right, right.
That's
Keep it.
important.
So let's get into Women's Month, a Women's Day, a Women's Health,
Month.
Women's
International Women's
the whole
Month.
month.
Yes.
Let me tell you why I wanted Uptown Angela to come on and why I love her so much, because when I was going through something with my brother, she showed me kindness. She showed me love, even though I was acting like a bitch because I was hurt. I was going through so much, and she was talking to me. She said, you know what? You know, I want to be a big sister to you, you know. So I had to, like, quiet the noise and not hear what everybody else was saying. And I was like, you know what? If she fucking with me, I'm going to fuck with her. You know what I'm saying? I was like, you know, we had a little, whatever that was. But now we on a good playing field. And I like that about her. And I admire how she move up in the business world. You know what I'm saying? And she don't take no shit. And a lot of people call her like, oh, she a bitch, is she mean? I'm like, nah, why you think she gotta be nice? If she nice to you motherfuckers, y'all gonna fuck over. Remember I told you that?
Facts.
And I hate that. When a woman is a boss and a woman knows what she's doing, let's just be real. Angela running radio in New Orleans.
Okay.
I'm not trying to blow smoke up your ass, but you know what you're worth. And if a man was doing this, he would never be the B word.
Okay.
When a woman is doing it, it's always
They do that to Nicki Minaj.
I mean, but
They do it to me.
Listen,
You know
they
what,
do that
Win?
to any woman
Any
in
woman.
power.
Any
It
woman.
doesn't matter in what capacity you are. They do that to all women in power. And it's not that we're walking in and trying to take over. I'm just doing my job.
Right.
Right.
It's the fact that I'm doing my job that you have a problem.
Right.
So that's the thing. It definitely doesn't have anything to do
She
with
have to put her CEO hat on. Like I have to put mine on. You have to put yours on. Because
Yeah.
I don't know why some people just take us for granted when we, you know, show
Wait,
them
don't-
that we're
Let me
nice.
tell you, what I find is weakness.
They want to play with us,
They-
so we
I-
gotta be like, hold up.
Right. And you got business to take care of, so you have to hold them accountable for what they have to bring to the table.
Okay.
And when you call them out on it, oh, it's always on you. They want to point the finger back. You know, it's because you did this or whatever, you know, and they always want to make it seem like they cannot hold their own, but they want to, it's easier to blame someone else.
Right.
I have a question for you, Angela. If in this past week, the talk was really, really big. I'm not sure if you had a chance to see the scene when Sharon Osbourne
Heard about
was
it.
talking to the good sister, and when she began to simply ask her a question, she yelled at her and saying, "You better not cry."
You better not
Yes.
cry.
You
This
better
my
not
time
cry.
to cry.
Yes.
I deserve to cry.
And I just
She did
thought,
say that.
listen, In hindsight, I was looking at that and I ended up finding myself emotional and tears coming to my eyes because I felt like she had to hold so much restraint being an African-American woman on that point. Because had she said anything, they would have immediately looked at her as the angry black woman. Right. Do you find yourself in that situation at all because you hold such a high title with this position?
So let me tell you, I learned a long time ago that we can't be emotional. It's okay for men to be emotional. They can yell. I had a program director. That's all he would do is stand in front of the group and yell. And it would be yelling about bullshit. And it was accepted.
Right.
But the moment, and let me, keeping it all the way 1,000 with you, this one time that I got emotional at work, I was going through a divorce, right? Wow. But nobody knew it. I would come to work, do my job every day, get on the air, smile like I'm having a good time, and something happened and I teared up. Well, I'm gonna tell y'all what happened. They tried to demote me.
Oh yeah, you told me about that.
They tried to demote me because the person who I had to manage was the person who I was divorcing.
Wow.
And so I teared up, and when I teared up, the person who was in the operations manager position, which was a man, he basically went behind my back and told the general manager she can't handle her job because she can't manage her people.
Wow.
Yep. And so it took everything in me to fight myself and to get out that hole of feeling like I'm never going to get my shot, you know, because I kept getting passed over after that.
Wow.
You know, and probably 3 times, another man come in. And finally, there was one man in Baton Rouge who sent me an email and he said, I've been seeing what you've been doing over the years. We're not bringing another guy in just because they think that it needs to be another man. He said, this is your job.
Right.
He said, you've been doing the work.
Right.
Look at God.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And that's why she have like longevity. Like what is 20 years now?
30.
How did you get into radio?
30.
So funny story. I was going to school at UNO. I was in my sophomore year and I had started in communications. I'd switched over to sociology. I'd switched over to education, business, all that. And then one day I was passing the library at school. I had a break in between classes and I said, you know what? Maybe I don't want to do television because I thought I was going to do TV news. I said, that's kind of sad. It's depressing.
Yeah.
I said, I think I want entertainment. So I thought of who was the biggest entertainer at the time in TV. Oprah.
Oprah, yeah. I love her.
Oprah, shout out to Oprah.
So exactly. What's up, Oprah?
Shout out to Oprah.
So I read about her in the library that day that she started in radio. So I went home that afternoon and made a phone call to FM 98 first. Then I called Q93 after. FM 98 needed somebody really early in the morning. I was working full time at the same time, so I couldn't do the early one. Q93, the program director, Jay Michaels, picked up the phone and we talked. And he said, yeah, come down tomorrow. We can meet and I'm sure I can find something for you to do. Now, here's the thing. Program directors don't answer the phone like talking about it. They're so busy, or some of them are just egotistical, whatever. They don't answer the phone. For him to even answer the phone that day to take my call was God. Right? So I go there the next day. We met, and he was like, okay, yeah, we're going to start you off working in promotions. Now, I lied and said I was getting school credit. I didn't have enough credits to get school credit, but they never asked for documentation, and the rest is history. Once I got in the door.
You got life
It was
credit.
over with.
Yeah, I just started learning everything, started talking to people. I was hanging out after hours. I took my vacation from the airport Hilton. I was a cashier in room service, and I went up there every night from 2 in the morning to 6 in the morning to learn how to run the board. And one day, the same man who answered the phone, the program director, this was about 8 months later, one day, he didn't come into work on a Sunday.
Oh, that sound like Wendy Williams.
Yeah. I had bought myself a pager. I couldn't afford it, but I was like, I want y'all to be able to get in touch with me whenever y'all need me, right? And he didn't show up for work one day. They text me and said, can you come in? I went in, never looked back.
Ooh. So, Angela, on this show, we talk about manifestation a lot and believing and having faith. So what were some of the things that you did? Like, did you have a vision board? Was you writing your goals down? What was you doing to know that you was going to get to this next level where you at now?
So, of course, back then in my 20s when I first started, they didn't have vision boards or anything, but I think I had it in my head.
Yeah,
Angela, hold on.
Shout out to the
Angela,
vision board.
yesterday you could have went to K&B and got
Yes.
that little 89-cent whiteboard
TG and Y.
and got the markers that stank and write your vision. No, I'm
I
just
should
playing.
have.
But
Keep
what
on,
about
Angela.
writing your goals down?
Shout out to the poster board.
I keep a notebook all the time, right? But again, I'm in my 20s. I'm young. I've always been somebody who just would move.
Yeah.
I didn't think I would just move. And you know what my goal always was? I wanted to have the life. I wanted to create the life that I wanted.
That's it.
You know, we moved around when I was a teenager. We lived in motels at times. Ooh. You know, because my mom we never owned a house. And I said, I want to have a house. I want my kids to have a place where they can build roots and we can create memories. I want to create some wealth so that when I'm gone, they have it. You know what I mean? So I always worked just to continue growing. I never set a goal. I want to make $1 million or whatever.
Yeah.
It was just, I want to be happy. I want to be comfortable. And I just want to keep going up.
That's the key right there. Happiness.
So, Angela, reading in between the lines, it seemed like peace is real important to you.
Yeah.
Peace, love, laughter.
Oh, she laugh a lot.
First of all, that's good for your abs.
Yeah.
If y'all didn't know.
So,
but you gotta be happy. You know, if I didn't love, if I'm gonna say it like this: if I didn't fucking love what I do every day, I couldn't be doing it for 30 plus years. Absolutely not.
So, Angela,
it's a passion for me.
Right. That's
Angela
dope.
and T, I want y'all to both tell our listeners. We always talk about this too, Angela, and this going back to the B word that I don't like to call women, in that boss women. Speak about making yourself accessible or not accessible. Sometimes, and I heard you say the program director didn't answer the phone or whatever. God bless you with one that did.
Yeah.
But T and I always talk about everybody shouldn't be able to get in contact with you at every time of the day.
yeah.
Angela, tell us the importance of just separating professional life and personal life, because I know you probably can't go to Saks or go to the grocery store without somebody,
Oh, listen to my album. Listen to this and listen to that.
Oh, man, that got to be ridiculous.
So basically, how does Angela set boundaries?
So to be completely honest, I don't like to shut anybody down if they step up to me. You know, I want to be cordial at least, but I will say, hey, listen, let's keep it professional. Send it to me in this form. Email it to me. You know, I'm happy to listen to it. I'm happy to give feedback. And then we go from there, right? And thank God I've not ever had anybody who got sideways or anything. You know, it's a lot of love out in the streets. And I appreciate that. And I respect that about everybody. And I love my city, right? And I know what it feels. I know how it feels as an artist to have to need a chance, to get a shot.
Right.
So I've tried my best. Because you won't believe how many people would show up to the station and not even know what about packaging their product.
Right.
They don't know what a one sheet is.
Right.
They don't know what an ISRC code is that they need to have embedded in order to get detections on BDS. They don't know any of those things. So I've always tried to take the time out to at least give them the knowledge.
Right.
And then I say, okay, now what are you gonna do?
Okay.
Right? They got work to do. What
Because
would you
it's
say,
not
T?
it's not up to you to get nobody a deal. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I hate that shit. When they come up to me and be asking me to listen to this shit, I be like, I don't work for Capitol Records. I am not an A&R. But you know, some people, like, it depends on how you come up to me. I might listen to it or whatever, and then I might critique it and tell you what you need to do or
give
whatever.
them honest feedback.
You know, I give them honest feedback,
And they have to be ready for that.
Yeah.
They have to be ready for that. But the main reason why I wanted you to come and to tell some of the listeners and the artists, it's not your job. I'm your friend, so I'm going to tell you, it's not your job to put them on. And don't depend on radio all the time. Radio is a good platform, but at the same time, it's not her job to get you heard. Get yourself heard in the streets first. And let it get to radio.
Yeah.
That's easy.
Well, that's what I'm getting ready to tell you. Things have changed so much from when I first started. You know, you got the free platforms to promote yourself.
Right.
You got Instagram, you got Facebook, you got Twitter, you got Spotify,
You have the
got
Liveline Radio.
YouTube. You know, let me tell you what these A&Rs are doing. They're not going around now trying to find who's next. They're going straight to digital.
the internet. Yep.
Straight to the internet. And they're not looking for somebody who just sounds good. They got thousands of people who sound good.
Right.
They're looking for somebody that's what I call self-made. Somebody who's got thousands of followers.
They're looking for
hundreds
numbers.
of thousands of followers, because that's going to equate to you already built. You know, you got a fan base. You're streaming. They're looking for streams, all that stuff. You know,
But Angela, what about the look?
Well,
Is
here's
that
the thing. Let me tell you something. Real talk. When I saw Tory Lanez for the first time, I was shocked, because I was like, what this little peanut head boy, people not going to be checking for him. He an R&B artist. He not, you know, that's not going to work. But then he took off, because it's about, people are looking for what's real. They're looking for a certain uniqueness. And let me tell you, it's not easy, because only a handful of people are going to make it. and you can't be egotistical about it and feel like, oh, my shit is dope and blah, blah, blah. It might be, but look at who you're competing with. You're competing with the whole world. So you got to do the work.
A lot of artists down here in New Orleans, they also think that it's like a radio that's supposed to put you on. But me being in the business for 20 years, I know it takes more than that. Even back then, it takes more than that. Like, you really need like a machine that's gonna be behind you, that's gonna push you. Because most of the artists that come out right now, you don't even hear them on the radio. It's right on the internet first, and then radio get it.
What happened with Lizzo? Lizzo was popping for years before she even made it.
Alicia Keys, Jasmine Sullivan,
all of those people had platforms. Speaking of artists here, since I feel like Bounce did originate here,
it did,
and it's huge. But now I'm noticing that it's taking off, and everywhere, all of these artists are taking off with bounce music from New Orleans, everywhere but here.
Right.
What do you think about that? How is...
I think about that all the time, and like, what they call culture vultures.
Yeah.
Right? You got these other national artists who will put the bounce beat behind their song and then it takes off or whatever. I wish I had the formula to say, how can we get a new surgence? How can we get a new wave of what's happening in New Orleans?
Right.
Because people love our city, not just here and not just in the country, internationally.
Yeah. Right.
They have a love and a respect for what's in New Orleans. I just don't know. I swear I want to crack that code so bad to figure out how can we get back on, or how can we reset this to have a whole other era.
But it's funny you mentioning that, because we talk about that often on the show. We always say people come to New Orleans, they take what they need,
and
they make their money, and they go back home.
Yeah.
But with that said,
what?
We have a surprise for Angela.
Yes, we do!
Tarek!
Well, yes,
we have a surprise for Angela. Before we give Angela her surprise, on behalf of Jasmine, Miss T, and myself, Angela is the foundation of what the music that we listen to right now. Miss T is too.
Man, give me my baby her props. Don't worry about me. I'm good.
Wait, Tarek, you got to cue the little thing. Angela is everybody in New Orleans is standing on the foundation that Angela, Miss T, built.
Right.
Yes.
You guys,
and a lot of other artists too.
A lot of other artists, but we talking about women, and I'm sitting here with three phenomenal women, two that were in the music business. And Angela with the radio, and I remember the underground days where everybody going to the club over there on Gravier Street and all.
Can I tell you that wasn't us? We was Club 93. That was FM.
Oh, excuse me.
That was
But Angela, we love you. We love you, and we have a good surprise. Cue it up, Terry.
Where is it?
Right there.
Oh.
Press play.
First of all, let me thank Miss T. Thank you for allowing me to be your first guest on your True T.
Wait, hold on, Tarek. Rewind it.
Rewind
that.
It's so cool to be with you.
Rewind it, Tarek.
So many people. It's down to earth. It's real.
Tarek, pause it. Pause it.
A venue and a medium that people understand and like. So I want to thank you. You are an incredible leader, a legendary talent, and I'm so proud to have been your first. Look forward to coming back on, too, as a member of Congress. And for our incomparable, the outstanding Uptown Angela. What can I say about Uptown Angela? Uptown Angela, you have made your mark on this community for many, many years. You are the legendary mother of bounce. You are the voice of the people. You are a great leader in our community. I've enjoyed our friendship for many, many years. I love turning on the radio and hearing your voice. You are a voice to be reckoned with. You are a community leader. You are a beautiful lady. You are a great philanthropist. This community owes you a great debt of gratitude. Radio wouldn't be the same without Uptown.
Oh my God!
Thank y'all.
Hold on. Wait, let me read it. Bring it here. You can give it to Angela, but let me read it because I do work for the man.
She done went all the way around.
Wait, yeah, she walked around.
Chris, give me those flowers over there. That's for Angela too.
Senator Troy A. Carter Sr., District 7 of Louisiana, recognizes and appreciates Uptown Angela as being an icon of New Orleans media and declares March 17th Uptown Angela Day in Louisiana.
Woo!
Reach that down there to Angela.
Yes.
I love
Now
this.
you have
Angela,
a new
we
reason to
love
celebrate
you.
March
Thank
17th.
you.
It is
Yes.
Uptown Angela
And
Day.
it's up, and it's up, and it's up, and it's up.
But wait, hold on.
Up, and it's up.
So this the
Thank
anniversary?
y'all.
What you said of your? This is your anniversary.
No,
Well,
now
that was her-
Uptown Angela
my
Day.
first, my
Her
first.
first.
Your first, but now
Marriage.
it's Uptown Angela Day.
Yes.
Uptown Angela Day.
Thank y'all.
So beautiful.
Oh, this is.
You deserve
Y'all
it,
make
my
me feel
girl.
so good.
You
Y'all do.
deserve it.
Thank
Legend,
I wanted
man.
to do
Legend,
something
legend.
special for Angela because how Angela was there for me when it came. She took me out to eat. She told me about the kale salad. She encouraged me about working out.
You've been eating that kale salad ever since Angela.
kale
took
salad.
you-
I've been eating that kale salad ever
And you
since
know
then.
what? It's always good to give people their flowers while they can smell.
Oh,
them.
yes.
You know, so often when people are passed on, we have all of these great things to say about them, and they can't even hear them. So I
Right.
think it's great that we are all here to appreciate everything that you've given to
Okay.
media while you can smell it. We really appreciate you, and we
Yes.
thank you for everything you're doing.
And you're
for the
still
world.
young.
Yes.
I'm trying.
I'm holding on. Let's give it up for my girl Uptown Angela. Y'all. That's beautiful. And you know what I like? I like about me and Jazz, like we always compliment each other and we always talk about how good it is to compliment a woman. Like
Yes.
they always saying that women gotta be catty and stuff like that.
There's no competition when
No
you have confidence.
competition.
If you have confidence, there is no competition.
Right.
You know.
Angela in her lane, I'm in my lane,
I'm
you
in
in
my
your
lane,
lane.
and we all winning
That's right.
together.
And we
That's
want
right.
women to start doing that.
That's
Absolutely.
right. That you know I want women to
Yeah,
start
me
doing that.
too.
So Angela and T, what are y'all doing to bring up the next generation of media moguls and music moguls? What are y'all doing for the next chapter, for the next generation?
Well, far as me, that's why I started True T, because I wanted to be an inspiration to women, to men, to kids or whatever. You know, like my legacy, I don't always want my legacy to be like, oh, she do bounce music and this and this. Mm-hmm. So I wanted to create like another platform so people could really, because they're like, oh, you real, you know, whatever. But I'm going to be real with you and I'm going to tell you the truth, even if you don't like it. So I wanted to start something totally different. That's why we got this show with YouTube, my two beautiful co-hosts, because I wanted to inspire people and I wanted people to be like, oh, I ain't look at it like that. Oh, I ain't think about it like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if you beefing with somebody, like, or whatever, like, you could forgive them and you could just move to the next level. Because if you don't forgive people, it's like you letting them have power over you.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So
That's
it's
the
just
truth.
good to come together and talk and, you know what I'm saying? Just leave all that bull crap alone because you're not going to get anywhere. You want to have good energy.
That's right.
Me and you talked about that too. You want to have good energy. You want to have a light.
Yeah.
You know, something like a halo.
Yeah.
A good aura.
Yeah.
So Angela, how do you teach the next generation of media moguls to become the next Uptown Angela?
So here's what I'm going to say, and I want to piggyback off something that T just said. You are a product of your environment.
Okay.
So if the closest people that are in your circle are all moving in that same direction of positivity, that's how you're going to move. If it's the opposite, we're human. We're going to take some of that in as well. So you got to be careful who you allow in your space.
Right.
So my legacy, what I would like to see, and this is what I'm working on doing now, I want to prepare as many seats at the table. Ooh! And I want every young person to understand it's not going to happen overnight. It takes time. I know we're in a world right now where things move so quickly. We could get what we want so fast. But no, you have to do the work. You have to prepare. And that's what their homework is. Get yourself prepared for when that opportunity comes so you can knock it out the park.
Right.
When you get to that table, you have that confidence. You know you can do what you're there for, and you're not going to second guess yourself.
Okay.
So you don't know this, Angela, but I'm the resident psychic.
Okay.
See, move back so I can look at
Oh
it.
my God!
So tell me when the book is coming out.
You know, let me tell you something. I have thought about this over and over, and here's the thing. I didn't want to come across as it being about me.
It is about you.
It is about you.
I know, but
We
you know,
want to know about you.
But let me tell you though, I like being humble, but I also like to give what I call the gospel in the word. So if I can inspire someone else
Okay.
with some knowledge,
I'm all here for it.
Okay.
So wait.
So,
Let me cut her off. Listen to media trained Angela that's so articulate and eloquent. Angela,
very intelligent.
Angela, when the damn book coming out?
Okay, so the short answer is I'm working on that.
As I said, I'm the resident psychic. Find me at Winfred Warrick on Instagram.
That's why I'm getting you them damn cards.
I'm gonna give you some credit too.
So you can start practicing.
I felt it when you were talking. It came over me because the thing about it is, and I'm not calling you in no way, form, or fashion a bitch, but if somebody else feels that you're a bitch, let them know why you earned that title.
Ooh.
Because if women, and this is from a man, if women take power over that word, of being a bitch is a compliment.
It is.
Because see, you just told a part of your story that none of us would have ever known.
Right.
And the thing about it is, and what I heard, and as you were speaking, as I translated, you don't ever want to be broke again.
Absolutely.
You
not.
don't ever want to struggle
Absolutely
again.
not.
So if it takes, look, I'm not calling Angela a bitch. If it takes Angela to be perceived as that word,
I'm
That's
okay
a
with
good
it.
thing.
I'm
I'm
okay
okay
with
with
it.
I'm
I'm that
definitely
bitch. Okay.
interested in the book based on what you just shared with us during this short time. I'm inspired. What I heard
Right.
was I had faith. I showed up. I activated my faith. I was there when I didn't have to.
Yep.
So when the call came, I was prepared.
I was prepared.
And I think that's a lot of times, a lot of adults miss that moment.
Yes.
What if he would have paid you and you would have showed up and just been like, okay, so what do I do?
Right.
It was because of those long nights, those
Right.
times when you weren't getting paid, but
Right.
you were still looking and investing in yourself. That's why you were prepared.
Absolutely. And let me tell you something else that's real important. Never take no for an answer.
I like
Find
that.
a way.
That's right.
And if that means that you just got to work a little bit harder, because people going to tell you no. I was told no many times. And you get in your feelings at first and you sit there and you question, what's my worth really?
Right.
But what I came to find out was it wasn't even about me. It was about them
Okay.
and their intimidation.
Yes,
Right.
that's right.
And so once you reset, and look, it's real important. Like I said, that circle of friends that you have,
Wow.
if that's your family, whoever it is, that's going to be there for you when you have those vulnerable times where you're questioning and doubting yourself. I have had my circle to tell me, do you know who you are?
Right.
My husband, second husband. Do you know who
Do
you
you know
are?
who you are?
That's
Okay.
hard.
And I give him so much, credit for that because he was there during that crucial time when I was like, okay, now it's my turn. It's my turn. And it wasn't my turn because of somebody else and their political bullshit or whatever. Or their, like I said, their lack of what they felt that they could bring to the table. So they're going to keep me down and try to dim my light. And he was like, you go to work every day. Stop wearing workout clothes to work. Start dressing for the job that you want.
That's right. That's right.
And that's what I did.
Come on.
Thank
and
you,
God
Antonio.
does not give vision without provision.
What I tell y'all every Wednesday when I come here.
That's right.
I say I come here like this my job.
That's
because
right.
I'm trying to manifest it. I'm not trying. I
You're
am
going to
manifesting
That's right.
something bigger.
That's
So I'm not just going to come in and just play around. I come here like it's my job.
Yes.
And I love coming here. I look forward coming here. You know what I'm saying?
but let me tell you some good advice. T can say it, you can say it, and Angela can say it. You're not gonna get paid for everything.
You're not.
Right.
In the beginning, yeah. You're
In
not.
the beginning, start off as an intern, an unpaid intern.
Hello.
Then you transition to a paid intern. Then you transition to something else. But the best advice that you gave tonight, you have to come early and leave late.
Yes.
Make yourself
Yes.
anything in
Yes.
life. I don't care if it's a marriage. You have to come early and leave late.
What they say, the early bird get the what?
That's right.
The early bird
you
get
know
the
what?
worm.
Yeah.
That's very true. I can remember my first internship. When it was over, I asked for a job, and they said that they didn't have any jobs because, of course, I had to come back the next semester. But I told them, I said, well, I'll work for free. And I was working for free because I wanted to stay connected to my mentor
That's
at the
right.
time. Shout out to Dr. Maria Glaude. And I worked for free, literally, for about 2 weeks. And then when it came time for the internship to come in, they actually offered me a position. I was the only paid intern at that position at that time. So I definitely resonate with you when you say you have to be willing to put in the work.
Yeah.
Even if you do it for free sometimes.
Yeah, and then
It's
you
worth
being an intern, you got in there, you showed up and you showed out.
For free.
You stood out from everybody else.
And my husband wasn't happy about that. But I
guess
was there
what? You
every
were
day for
investing
free.
in yourself.
That's
You
right.
weren't really working for free.
That's
You
right.
were investing in
I
yourself.
definitely was.
And
That's
then
how I
look
saw
at
it.
how it turned out.
And then
saw it.
another thing, make yourself indispensable. I literally,
Right.
I was in college. I was an intern with Senator, then Council Member Carter, and he had a complaint log that was stacked up. He hadn't quite gotten to him yet. And I was like, okay, I'm an office system technology major. I know D-Base. I literally made a D-based program. You put in the name, address, telephone number, complaint, and it spits out a letter. I created that program, and his complaints were like caught up to date. So it was like, oh, okay, he know what he doing. Pay him $8.10 an hour. The rest is history.
Yep.
Okay.
The rest is history.
Yep.
And one thing I learned, and this is not a political show, but of course my boss is running for Congress. But Reverend
Keep plugging it.
What's your boss
Message.
Senator Troy Carter.
Yes.
Reverend Marie Galatis told us, we went to her house and she looked at my boss and she looked at me and she gave me some transformative words. She said, you cannot fight heaven.
Ooh, that's deep.
Jasmine gave me one years ago. God doesn't give vision without
provisions.
provision.
One of my favorites.
And you can't fight whatever God has for you.
And
is
what
for
I taught you last week.
Oh, you have to segment.
Okay.
You have to take parts of your day and let that be its individual island. And then when you're done with it, you go to your next island.
Oh, so you would be looking back. Okay.
Yes. Wait, I got one more.
Go ahead, Angela.
Rejection is God's protection.
Woo! Y'all hear that, huh? Rejection is God's protection.
They dropping all kind of signs.
Killing it today, baby.
We dropping signs in church. With that flat tire in
Who
the
told
morning.
you can have my cupcake? Oh, that's...
Oh, Lord. She put him on
Shout out to
blast.
Venice
all right. Venice Brand, she left.
Cupcake.
Shout out to Venice.
That
I ain't even see when she
flat
came in
tire
there.
that you have in the morning is God stopping you from dying down the road.
Let's go.
That road bump that you hit is slowing you up from destruction.
Yes. Yes.
I'm just excited.
I love that. So let me ask you
inspired.
this. What's next for... Do you still have the NOLA show?
Yes. On Thursdays.
So what's the next thing coming up for NOLA artists?
You know, here's what I'm saying. We get through this pandemic, and they're making comparisons nationally to the Roaring 20s, right after the swine flu. Was it the Spanish flu, right?
The Spanish flu. Or the black flu.
Right.
Yeah.
It was a flu, right. So our economy is going to be stronger than ever. I see live music coming back.
Yeah.
I see big events coming back.
Yeah.
So if you're an artist looking at this right now, trying to figure out what's next for me, continue to prepare yourself. Have a show ready to go because your phone is going to start ringing.
Yeah.
And be prepared. And also have your business straight.
Right.
Don't take these verbal, contracts. Oh, we're going to pay you this. We're going to pay
tell
you
them
Angela,
that.
you sound like me.
No. You got to handle your business. Put together something that is legal and binding, something that is professional, and you present that when they start calling you to do your business. You get your deposit, you hold your date, you show up on time, do what you need to do.
And on time means 20 minutes early.
Yes.
I learned that.
That's right. That's right. And you
1
you
hour.
Yeah.
1 hour.
Stop
Whatever
showing
you
up
gotta
at the
do.
radio station with a CD that's written on with marker.
Oh
Do
no!
better than
Or a
that.
piece of what is it? Typing
Don't start
paper
me
and
about
your
that.
hand wrote what
Need
the
the
title
jump
is.
drive.
None
The
of that.
DJ needs the jump drive.
Some people are still doing that. Take this time right now to level up. Be ready when your opportunity comes, because it's like I said, it's so many people out here in that same lane with you, so you have to stand out, whatever that means.
Wait, I just want to say this. You perform?
I wanted to. I'll do one song.
All right, so we about. Well, some people
Yeah,
are
we
about
gonna
to be
do that.
blessed. It's raining real bad outside. We need to let Angela go. But we about to get a financial infusion
Okay.
with stimulus and other things and all of that. Invest in yourself is what you're saying.
Oh,
Yes.
Give me shit.
Yes, I gotta come back because we gotta talk about this investment stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Because I
You
Never
got
you
some
won't.
back?
So look, y'all might not know this, but my other passion is real estate.
Oh, I didn't know that.
As I mentioned to y'all, I said I'm never gonna be living in a motel ever again in my life. I'm on house number 5.
Oh,
Come on.
Houses. Yes, I flip from time to time.
Congratulations.
Yes, and this is all about growing wealth, starting small and just growing it from there. So
Right.
I definitely want to drop some knowledge on that
That's
for anybody who's
cool,
looking at
man.
growing
Angela's
money.
coming
Heck
back.
yeah,
Yeah.
man.
and
She
that's-
gotta come
right,
back,
Angela
man.
coming back. And look, the thing of it is, you need a Uptown Angela to look up to. You can learn. So I just learned about investments and stuff like that.
Yes.
She's talking about real estate and stuff. That make me interested in stuff like that.
yes.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm
So stop being envious of people and look at people as mentors. Like, look at them like, get inspired
yeah.
by what somebody is doing.
Yes.
And stop always being jealous. Because when you jealous, your blessing don't come.
Yeah.
Be happy for somebody.
God doesn't
I'm
bless
happy
mess.
for my girl.
God doesn't
Boom.
bless
Okay.
men.
Boom.
So we about to wrap it up. It's
What we
raining
gonna
real
do?
bad.
Love? Let me do
We
love.
definitely
And then
were
we go.
We gotta do something
doing.
sexy.
We doing no, but you know how we doing
Oh,
it.
but
Come
excuse
on,
me.
man. You know how we
don't-
doing this
wait,
shit.
Wait. Before I introduce
Come on,
Miss
man.
T,
You know how we doing
have
this.
Miss Williams today.
Oh, y'all wrong for
I
that.
love it. I
Miss
love it.
Williams.
I love it. Wait a minute.
Hey,
First of
no,
all,
no, no,
Miss
no.
Williams,
You're
Miss
not.
T looks
You're
damn
not.
good.
You're not.
Keep it up.
Miss T
She better
looks
work and work.
amazing.
Show 'em a little.
Y'all don't know if y'all don't
Oh,
follow
you
Miss
look-
T. Miss T is in the gym. She hitting it.
Yes,
Big bags.
boxing and kickboxing.
Doing everything else. Ooh, look at that kickbox just now.
T,
All
come
right.
on, T. We see your booty poking out.
All right.
We ain't talking
Damn,
about
you
all that.
slapped
We
it
ain't talking about
hard.
all
What's wrong?
Listen,
Let's
Gabby,
go.
where my stand at,
Hey.
Gabby?
we ain't talking about all that, man.
You don't need
Let's go. Let's do love. This off my Winter Session album. Angela,
Yes.
remember you said if you want to do the live music and R&B, show me what you want to do.
That's right.
So I'm on
We
it.
gonna run it, bro. We
Let's
gonna-
go. Let's
You
do
want to run
love.
a one? You want to run a one? You know which one I'm running.
You gonna put the beat behind that?
What? We gonna do what we do.
This for all the lovers out there.
Miss T.
This song is called Love. It's on Spotify and iTunes. Crank it up, crank it up.
Let's
Beat it
go.
back up. Boy, I wanna rock with you and love on you, baby. Sending that pic, you text, you got me going so crazy. I'm feeling you.
I'm feeling you.
I wanna please you. I wanna do you. I wanna bless you, girl. Don't put me in a category with them other girls. I told you before, stop playing with me. I will rock
Where you at?
your
When?
world. I'm feeling for you.
Come on.
I miss you.
Yeah.
With my love to you.
Winter
My number one
Sessions.
back.
Miss T, let's go.
Love, love, love. Your love, love. Your love, love. Hey, I want your love, love, love. I want your love, 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 love. I want your love. Come on, y'all. Hey, I'm feeling you. I'm feeling you. Hey, I'm loving you. I'm loving you. I'm loving you. I'm feeling you. I'm feeling you. I'm feeling you. Hey, second verse.
Hey, come on. Let's go, T.
Turn off the lights for a great night. Make it feel good.
Come
make
on,
it feel
Swimmer.
right. Make it shake to the sunlight.
Let's go.
Then we back at it in the moonlight. I just wanna be
Go,
with you.
go,
Giving
go,
my love
go.
to you. Spending this time with you. Sexing you the whole night through. Hoping you climb
Let's go,
too. Hey, yeah, I'm in my zone, on my level, babe. Getting more down, got me tipsy, babe.
Oh, damn.
Bring your sexy body to me. Put your loving on me, on me.
Girl, you better do
I
that.
just want your love. Your love. Your love. Your love. Your love. Your love. I want your love. Your love. I want your touch. Your touch. I want your love. Hey. Hey, I'm feeling you. I'm feeling you. I'm feeling you. I'm loving you. I'm loving you. I'm loving you, baby. I'm feeling you. I'm feeling you. I'm feeling you. I'm loving you. I'm feeling you. Hey.
Everybody, thank you for tuning in to True T with Legendary Miss T. Yeah, the Motivator, DJ Slick, Winfred, Warrick, and our queen,
Next week.
Uptown Angela. We love you, baby. Thank you for tuning in.
We out this thing, y'all. We gone. No. We just that's going out. We going out like this. What? Yeah.
Derek, come take the picture. Angela gotta go.